Hello guys and welcome back to Field of Glory Empires. In the last episode, we pretty much finished up our turn here. We should have a trade going through once I hit end turn, where we should acquire the capital region of the Antigonids for all the money I had when I proposed the trade, getting some metal, among other things. We are recruiting the start of a new army while moving our armies around to get more defensive fixtures and positions. Having one guy by India, I don't even know really if there's a point. I know we have, like, this is now kind of defensive in a way. Any defensive, when I say that, I mean, like, we don't have leaders on it because we don't have enough leaders for this many armies, man. I feel like I need to get one over here, like another one somewhere. Just to sit on another border. I guess we have, like, enough in the region. 1, 2, 3, 4 right there in the region versus 1, 2, 3, 4 right here and then 1 in the center. It's kind of pretty evenly split if you exclude the fact that there's none in the south, but I have Ethiopia for that. Over here, I really don't need any because I have Maria, so maybe I could, like, move this one somewhere else at some point. Because, again, Maria is going to keep this pretty safe. Yeah, this really isn't at much risk. There's no potential enemies. I'll move this guy actually to the west over here where the Nasamones are in the nearest food store providing location that's available. That's what we'll do. We'll have him fill in over there with his defensive nature, I suppose. I'll just make him take the land route, which is going to be extremely long. And then with that, I think we'll go ahead and end the turn. And God, sorting through Asia Minor is going to be so weird. So we're up 6 more positions on this list. I don't know why, but that's interesting. We got our trade deal with the Antigonids. Maybe that's why. Maybe. While I have this option, I'm going to continue to distribute slaves. Definitely, they're probably moving some from the capital. It could be some other place as well. There's some weird locations where they can grab them from. It's not always going to be the capital. We have a much... Is that a much improved ratio? Why does that feel like it's improved so much? That or just the decadence hasn't gone up that much? Maybe. I have to create the province down here. We got all of this stuff to sort through. Put as many of you on culture as I can, I suppose. Holy shit. I gotta, like, scroll. Oh my god, how far does this go? Put 2 there. Put 2 there, and look at this. There's still an excessive amount here. We have full buildings here. We can get rid of this, you sure? We don't want that. I guess put a lot of the excess on food? Yeah? Although that might be a bit much. It might be a bit much to have this many on infrastructure, especially considering there's nothing building. So I'll tell you, alright, you know, 2 of you go here. 47, 59. I mean, if there's nothing to build right now, then we don't really need anything here. This was the actual capital, and it probably will be again. So I can leave those military buildings there for sure. I doubt it's going to go anywhere else. Nothing's even close. We do have some building slots available in some of these locations. And a weird population distribution. We don't want a usurer. We don't really want a bunch of military buildings. I'm not really sure about the siege workshop because it's more of a defensive building. I'm kind of okay with it. I don't know. I could upgrade the builders guild here and get some infrastructure. I could get a... We don't need a loyalty bonus, really. It's pretty loyal as is. We could use food or health. Alright, so now I can build the builders guild. I just moved everybody until we were under 30, like, onto food, and that seems to pace it. There's still going to be, well, you know, because it's only counting this. It's not counting everything around. So once the province combines, that will go at a much different pace anyway. Get rid of all these military buildings. The usurer, definitely, we don't want that. No military building, no military building, no slave market, no usurer. We could build something here in another location that looks really, really weird. We definitely need some loyalty here. We probably have enough of the basics, honestly. Moving some dudes onto culture would definitely help. And that's what it looks like. I don't know if that's, like, really enough, but it can definitely do with how much that's just improved, I think I'll go for the warehouse instead to get a lot more infrastructure, which we could definitely use here. And I could take one guy off and, I mean, maybe two, right? And put you guys on culture and then like go, okay, that's enough. Perhaps. And then is anywhere else like super messed up? What I'm doing here is probably not optimal, but like it'll work. To the north there, we have a Resoula that we don't want. A lot of dudes on culture. Put all the excess there onto infrastructure. You probably don't need that much. We're not going to get any slots back. So probably most of this we want on food. Maybe like keep culture full when we have this much pops anyway. We're mostly waiting for growth, however. Fuck it, put one more guy on infrastructure and then one guy on food. Mostly waiting for growth there though. Over here, what do we have? A Resoula? We have a Resoula. We have mercenary recruitment to get rid of. This is all one big province. Bunch of military buildings we're not going to need. Was there military buildings here? There were. So we will have slots available. So I do want to concern myself with that. That will also free up some more infrastructure as well. And then what the hell is this? I don't know. Put some dudes on culture. Culture. Infrastructure looks more than fine. Some will free up from the buildings as well. Put some dudes on food. And we're going to need, well, basics by the looks of it. I'll put another dude on each of these tasks, I suppose, to split them up. Hopefully fairly well. And I believe that's everything that's a part of this. Asia Minor. Asia Minor. Yep. So we got their capital region. We now have an income of 346 legacy. That's insane. The Antagonists only have an income of 190. We're now earning twice of what they earn every turn. Found another Resoula that we won't want. And a very interesting split of population here. I'm not sure how many of these to really move. Probably leave food maxed with the weird way this is split. Growth. Growth is coming in one turn. There's a lot of food here. Holy crap. You need 1,001 just for any growth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put you guys on infrastructure. That's going to need some building soon. Liberated. Oh, God. Did I not change this either? I think I didn't. Move on to culture. We need more on infrastructure. That's kind of a weird number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess I didn't pay as much attention as I had intended to. This, I think, was intentional, but I also honestly don't like the looks of it, so just here you go. Speed it up. This one, I don't think I looked at. Did I just look at the buildings and nothing else? Oh, no, this is a place I definitely did not see. Put some dudes on culture, get rid of this slave market, get rid of this Resoula. I don't want to get rid of one of these because they're just unique, and I won't be able to rebuild it anyway. This is like, yeah, this is a national wonder. This was probably their version of that national wonder. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, there's a couple islands here that I didn't notice were really just, you know, a part of this. Interesting. Well, I think they're taken care of now. We have not enough food being made here. Not enough. Add some more dudes to food. That's still not really enough, but we're getting enough things that are using slots to go away. And hopefully I should just be able to handle that normally. So I can leave these dudes on culture. The Nasamones are raiding me in the south, which is really no surprise. We defeated them. Defeated them again over here where we don't even have anything. We also finished a palisade there. That's helpful. I'd love some more basics. Let's go for the wheelmaker. That's quite a bit of the basics. A new general that is absolute dog shit is now available to serve me. And if I had to choose where to put him, I guess I'd put him here. Better than nothing. He will be. Not immediately, but he will be eventually. Alright, and this stack has started recruiting. I will go ahead and sail you over that away. And we'd probably want to put onto here more infantry. I think we run with pairs of 14, right? Each one of these is 8. It's almost another 8. Yeah, 14. So let's just do regular infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. For one turn, that should be good enough. I don't think we can recruit 30 things at once, so slowly going. Alright, next I'm going to buy Galatia from the Antagonids and get 60 metal. I'm going to make this purchase entirely with manpower while I wait for my money reserves to come back, I suppose. 2,480 manpower, so that's going to definitely clear up the reserves right there. Let's go ahead and do that. Pretty good trade if you ask me. Pretty good trade, yeah, indeed. I definitely like that. And then there's a whole bunch of crap we have to look at. We know we've looked up here, so that's a good enough start. A lot of things being dismantled all over the place. Not all of these necessarily, meaning we could build there just yet, but there's a blacksmith and a new population over in Corsote where, I mean, we could probably just go for the crafter district for right now. Pretty simple. Brickwork done in Palmyra. Put the regional roads there for sure. You see how big this regional road network is getting? It's beautiful. In Syria, which is a capital, we have a new population opening up one singular slot. We could use a lot of different things here, but loyalty is one of them. So I'll take a pleasure house. That'll do. It's not going to give any culture, but we just need loyalty. It's going to give decadence, though, which is unfortunate. Palisades done on the border in Ocerone. In Ocerone, we have enough loyalty. We could use probably mostly food, but also better walls. I think I'll go with the food. Health, not entirely necessary because we don't need slots at the moment, so give me a granary, which we have grain for, which is good. New population in Phoenicia. A cult site was built in Galilee, where we have a decent amount of basics. 3 slots available. I think building a monument here wouldn't be too bad. More decadence, but more culture. It would get it out of the way, at least. Land reclamation done in Philistia. This place has an armorer. It doesn't need it. I'll get rid of that. It's not a capital. Could have a watchtower. I don't think that's really what I want, though. I'd rather just take some basics like food or some more culture, like with the theater. Or some health for growth. We do have 3 slots available. A shepherd's house would be more food. It would fill it up rather rapidly. Or infrastructure, so that I could move dudes off of infrastructure. Like this would add like 24 right now before I move things. And I could use that to move 3 dudes onto culture. -4 from here, plus 14. That seems like a really good trade if you ask me. Yes, sir. So I'll definitely go ahead and do that. Then we finished a hemp field over here in the Sinai, in a portion of the Sinai where, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of feasts. That's a lot of different feast effects affecting stuff. Now, as for this, infrastructure would be nice for freeing up my men. If I built that, then we could easily start moving normal citizens onto culture. Yeah, I moved the Hellenic that was on culture onto food, and then I moved all 5 Desertics onto culture, so we have a nice increase of culture there. Regional roads done next to that. In the Delta, we have a lot of slotless things available to us right now. We are doing pretty damn fine on infrastructure, that's for sure. We could get even more if we had some stone income. So I think I'm going to go for that. That clay pit, yeah, that looks pretty good to me. And so we would get more from that. 5 plus 10 more from that. That's pretty good. I'm tempted to just dump all these guys onto culture and get them off of infrastructure in that case. But, I mean, yeah, we have 50, dude. That's a lot. So let's say we put these guys onto culture, plus maybe some from food. So we have 10. That seems pretty good to me. Get this desertic guy onto food. We have plus 30, and we're going to have another plus 15. That seems pretty good to me, yeah. Next to that, we have a new population in Tanis and a food store. A land expansion is an obvious choice. New population next to that. Leave him where he is. A warehouse finished to the south of there. A palisade. We definitely want that if we don't even have that. A school's done to the east of that in Aegyptus, which is not a capital. As for basics, I could use a little bit of infrastructure, and the long-term woodcutting is a simple one to build. Yeah, let's get that simple one. How much do you guys contribute? Minus 19. So you contribute 19. I was thinking I could just move you guys onto culture. We have a lot of culture buildings here already. If I did that, then the woodcutting would get it over there again. That would be a pretty decent way to do it. Yeah, sure. So we get culture, we get infrastructure coming in. Worship place has been built in Thebais, which is to the south, where we have, oh my god, look at all that. Wow. This ceramics gives a good enough culture bonus that I'd want to make it no matter what. And it boosts other structures that need ceramics. So yeah, I'm going to make this. 4 turns to make it. It will boost up culture. That seems worth it. Blacksmith is done. Next to that, we can immediately upgrade it to a tools manufacturer, which would boost something or several things. No, one thing that would then make me 20 more food. I have no idea what the hell would do that. What on earth is nearby that would produce that much more food? I can't even imagine. Yeah, I don't know. That's so weird. But that seems good to me. And we get a little bit of metal out of it. Use a little bit of infrastructure. But that's fine. And I have this one guy, this one desertic go on to culture in the meanwhile. This will only hurt infrastructure a little bit. We don't really have many slots here to begin with. Let me move some dudes off of infrastructure onto food. Next to there, we've built an M4 and nothing else to really do. Cult site done to the south of that. Definitely we needed one there. Thalassan temple, culture, and food. Pretty hard to say no to. We have plenty of slots available, so yeah, give me that. Further down, we have a brickwork done in Asalia, where we could use a little bit of loyalty. But honestly, a copperworks is hard enough for me to say no to. But then again, we also need some growth, which I think health would be the best to accomplish right now. So that's a pretty difficult choice. Ooh. That is a pretty difficult choice. I'll go for the gymnasium, because culture is at least high enough. Copperworks done to the east of that. A new population in Damal. The capital's still building, but we did build a thermes next to there. Look at this royal court. Holy shit. Adds an extra capital allowed. Faction-wide loyalty bonus. What the fuck? This is next to the capital anyway. This national wonder would be hard to not make. It gives a good legacy increase, decadence reduction. Yeah. We don't have ceramics to boost the culture, but revolt risk decrease. This just seems awesome. Definitely going to plop that down there. That could really help a lot of things when it comes to, I don't know, winning. I'll take it. We also finished a granary to the north of there, but we're going to leave that alone. East of that, we have a street parlor. This has such low decadence. I can make it worse. No, we don't want to do that. What should I do with my 2 slots available? Well, slotless is the monument. That would make it worse, but it would also give culture. It seems fitting, given the situation. We have so much health already. I'll just take the monument. It's a quick 1-turn build. Preceptor house finished next to that. That's good. Can immediately go in and build a school for even more decadence reduction. We do have several slots available, so it's not necessary, but there's not a lot of basics really needed here. Yeah, nor are there any that really stand out as being super important. Yeah, we don't have grain either, which is unfortunate, honestly. Maybe we do just need more of these basics. I don't want to miss the ability to make the school, though, so we're going to make that. Then we have a new population next to there that's opened up a building slot. And what do we want here? Loyalty is doing amazing already. We could use more of the basics, honestly. Just in general, a salt house would also help growth. It would give food. That looks pretty good to me. 2 infrastructure. That seems fine, yeah. Northwest of that, we built a hospital. We have several slots available. We could use a little bit of loyalty. A theater could help with that. We have enough of the basics, so yeah, give me a theater. Its help would come mostly through culture, if that would help at all, but, you know, I'll make the assumption that it will. Don't need loyalty here. We could probably use food or infrastructure, really. There's only the 1 slot. Health is pretty high. I think I'll take the infrastructure. 7 turns to build that. Does that say 19 turns to pop growth? Oh my good god. Okay, change your plans. Give me a gymnasium. Maybe we need more health, or just like way more food. Holy crap, dude. That's insane. I'll take that gymnasium. New pop, new pop. None of this changes much. We already looked through Egypt. Let's head west where we finished a ranch. Finished another ranch. Could definitely use even more basics, more than anything. Let's build a brickwork there. Finish a public works north of that where we could probably use some more food. Yeah, let's build a ranch. West of there, we have a lot of new pops growing. This one, open up a slot in Barca. The only agricultural building I can make here is a salt mine. I'll do that. We'll move a desertic citizen onto infrastructure to help make up for that. There is a new population next to there that opened up a slot as well. I guess I didn't move these guys off money because I don't know what the hell they're doing here to begin with. Let's move one down onto culture. Let's move maybe 2 onto infrastructure and the rest onto food. There you go. And now we can build regional roads. Sure, if we're only with 1 slot, why not? Salt house completed. We got 2 new populations here. Holy crap, that's a lot. Give me a public works for sure. Slotless, yeah, public works done to the south of that. We don't really need a guard tower here, no. I think we just use some basics in general. A brickwork would do well enough, especially with so many building slots available. A palisades done next to that. We could definitely do with some food, so I'll take the orchard. And then west, we have finished a palisade. Oh, we're already building something there? Yeah. So a worship place done and a new population. There's a lot of things I want here, but I really want basics so long as we're being raided out of all of our basics. We don't really need the cult site, so I'll take the orchard. Take the orchard and then go to the salt house that's just finished here, and we can get a palisade. That is highly important. Finished an herbalist and got a new population just next to that. Well, palisade, definitely important. Smokehouse done on the capital. Yeah, because I think I was going for basics in general. I think I might go for a cult site now, either that or the public works. Slotless public works, yeah, fuck it. Let's take the public works as a basic. Why not? Public works done along the coast where we have barely anything. A stud would be pretty good for getting food. That's a lot of stuff from the wheelmaker. Let's get a wheelmaker. Then we could just move everybody. All right. And then I think that's everything over here. We have to go east after a point then. Probably somewhere around here where we finished Clearwater on Babylonia, which I remember placing an arsenal we could place that is slotless, produces weapons. It's an upgrade from the weapons manufacturer. Reduction in metal cost. That's cool. It's only up front, and we don't use this that much for that purpose. We already have the military academy here. I could go for a tavern, although that doesn't really help with any of my pressing current needs. It's simple with so many slots, though. I think the flax field would be pretty nice. So I'm going to get the flax field. We're actually missing a lot of those really basic things. There's a new population in Characene that we can then use to do something. I would love some wood cutting, but also love some other things. Our loyalty's doing okay. It's going to get worse as growth continues, but growth isn't set to continue particularly quickly. So let's just say we put the stud here. It's very simple, but you need to build simple before you can build better. New population and large walls done in Oroatis, a place where we could definitely use some more loyalty. Definitely. We have 3 slots available. Won't get the culture, but I'll definitely go ahead and put the worship place to try to help with some loyalty. New population to the east of that in Salmia. A garum shop would be amazing. Yeah, give me the garum shop. New population in it doesn't change anything. Wash house done, but we don't have any other slots. Nothing else special over there. So is there anywhere that I missed? Only Ankober, where we got a new population and now have a brand new slot. Can we build anything? I think the school would be good. Lower decadence, a little bit of culture, a little bit of infrastructure. Slotless, so yeah. Get some decadence down would always be great now. Because I'm starting to think about how I might want to do this, and I might just steal legacy from the Antigonids, break the alliance at some point, so if Rome attacks them, I won't have to worry. I'm going to get cooperation with Rome, pay them a little bit of money to get it, and get some metal out of it. The max amount that I can feasibly get before it starts getting weird. This isn't really like the best amount of leftover bargaining points, but they'll like me for it anyway. So I'm going to do that because after a point, like the Antigonids, they're getting to a point where I'm taking so much good shit from them. They're going to be so weak anyway. Like they're not going to be able to maintain this stuff at this rate. That all I need to do is attack them and just take over Greece essentially. Or as much as I want. To inflict war score casualties on them. Where I could just steal a lot of their stuff from them. That's an idea. But that's pretty much our whole turn. With everything recruiting, I believe, as well. And we got big manpower trades, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and just hit end turn. We made it into the next turn. We went down 3 points in this ranking, unsurprisingly. We're catching up to the Antigonids just by pure income alone. Peace treaty with Pontus has ended. That doesn't affect much. With Scytha has ended. Doesn't affect much. Change our recruitment policy. I'm nervous about doing this one right now because we have a big manpower trade about to happen. And I got a bunch of other things, and then we entered a golden age and new objective. Carthage. Gotcha. We are over the manpower limit, but I'm really hoping if we just come here and then recruit a bunch of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We are barely over the cap. I could get under the cap pretty easily if I recruit something else. Like, I don't know, maybe like 5 more ships, for example. 5 more of these heavy warships. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're well under the cap. Metal will be crying, but the Navy could come in handy, depending on how wars go. Gets us under the cap just before the trade goes through, and then I could also do that decision later at some point pretty easily. We got 2 trades currently in progress. I could get started on some buildings here. Finished a palisade in Nepti. We have a fairly decent amount of basics, I suppose. I don't see how we can really get any lumber here otherwise, but so give me a charcoal pile. Palisade done. Next to that, I don't see anything giving stone here. No. Basics or culture. We don't have papyrus, so this would cost a lot of money. I think given that there's only 1 slot, I'll go for the smokehouse. To get some health and food for some further growth. That could be pretty good. Population doesn't change much. Salt house built on this capital, a place where we could desperately use some loyalty. And we can get some out of a tavern. Probably built the salt house just for food. I don't know why I did that, honestly. But let's get a tavern. Yeah, it's because of all these slaves. To the east of that, I think I was also maybe hoping for a preserved food store to pop up. That was probably what I was hoping for. Oh no, this place just needed food in general because it's got a massive army sitting on it. Yeah, I see why I did that. Okay, let's actually continue to do that with a smokehouse. Okay, an assault house finished next to that and a new population acquired. That is slots galore. Could use some more basics. I don't want an amphora, so give me a brickwork. Even if we don't have any stone for it. In OCs, we have a charcoal pile. I think I'll go ahead and plop down a regional road. But with that, we have a nice full episode, so I'll call this one here. So for now, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.